All right, today we're going to talk about something a little different, a new way of seeing the world. It's called the second dimension, and really, it's all about what you perceive before your brain kicks in.
So let's just jump right in. Try this with me, right now. Just look at something near you. Anything. Got it? Okay. What did you see in that first tiny fraction of a second? Before your mind went, oh, that's a lamp, or I need to dust that. That little flash of pure seeing, that's what this is all about.
That moment, right there, is the key. So let's break it down. What exactly is this dimension, and how do we get there? How do we find our way into this world without judgment?
Okay, so the official definition. The second dimension is basically all the physical stuff you can perceive with your senses. Seeing the colors on a flower, feeling the roughness of a stone. But here's the kicker. It's without any thoughts attached. No labels, no judgment. It's just the raw, unfiltered data hitting your senses.
And here's a really weird but cool idea that comes with this. In this state of pure perception, the world can feel flat. Now, not like a pancake, obviously. It's flat because all the layers of meaning and analysis we usually add, they're gone. You're not seeing a chair with all its memories and uses. You're just seeing shapes, colors, lines. The depth we add with our minds just isn't there yet.
And you can actually train yourself to do this. Seriously, it's pretty simple. Just find any old object, close your eyes for a sec, then slowly open just one eye. And as it comes into focus, just look. Just observe its surface. Your brain is going to want to jump in and name it, but just try to let those thoughts go. Just see it. That little moment of pure seeing, that's it. That's you peeking into the second dimension.
And hey, this is super important. It's not just about sight, right? This is a full body experience. It's your entire toolkit of perception. It's the feeling of a warm mug in your hands, the smell of coffee, the sound of traffic outside. All of that, when you experience it directly, without the story, that's the second dimension too.
So what happens when you start looking at the world like this? Well, you start to see something incredible. You realize that nothing is really static. Everything physical is in this constant, it's like a dance of changing forms.
Just think about a flower. It's the perfect example, right? You see a bud pop up, this new form, then it blossoms into its peak, and then it starts to decay. Now, from this perspective, you're not seeing a dying flower. That's a judgment. You're just watching one form dissolve and transition into something else.
And that's where we get to this really profound point. The form, the flower itself, is temporary, sure. But the stuff it's made of, that's not lost. It just goes back into the soil, becomes food for something else. The underlying substance is always being recycled into new shapes, new forms. Nothing's ever really gone.
Okay. So that's how nature does it. But what about us? We're not just watching this dance from the sidelines. No way. We're right in the middle of it. Which brings us to how we influence all these physical forms. It really boils down to three main roles we play in the physical world. We're creators, right? We take stuff and we build things, from a simple chair to a whole city. We're also preservers. We spend a ton of energy trying to keep things from falling apart. And, we're also destroyers. We break things down, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not.
And this is where things get really interesting. See, the cycles in nature, like that flower blooming, they're driven by instinct, by this kind of deep biological programming. But the things we make, a car, a house, a phone, their life cycle is totally up to us. It's driven by our needs, what we want, and how much energy we're willing to pump into keeping them around.
But this incredible power we have to create and maintain things, it comes with a catch, a big one. And it leads us right into what you could call the trap of attachment.
I mean, just think about how we talk. We have a word for everything. My car, your house, this phone. And all this naming, all this labeling, it makes the world feel so solid, so permanent. But we just established that's kind of an illusion, right? The true nature of things is to change. And believing in this illusion of permanence, it causes problems. There's this great quote about it. People often form strong attachments to their possessions, making these physical things become a significant part of their mind and causing unhappiness. Our stuff becomes part of who we think we are, and when that stuff goes away, which it always does, it hurts. So it's not just about the pain of losing something. It's deeper than that. This attachment actually blinds us. It narrows our vision. When we're so focused on clinging to this one thing,
we completely miss the bigger picture, that beautiful, ever-changing dance of reality.
So, where do we go from here? Well, understanding this second dimension is huge, but it's not the final destination. Think of it more like a doorway, a gateway to seeing even deeper.
Let's circle back to that little experiment we did at the start. Remember that moment your brain chimed in with a label or a thought? That's a cup, that's blue. Well, that's the moment. The second you analyze or react to what you're seeing, you've just stepped out of the second dimension and into the third, the dimension of your own thoughts and feelings.
And it doesn't even stop there. Get this. There's talk of a fourth dimension. Imagine it like a high-up observation deck, a state of awareness where you can look down and see the whole system working. From up there, that whole dance of the physical world, all the forms coming and going, it all makes perfect sense. And that's what I want to leave you with. We started this whole journey just by looking at an object, something simple, but it led us to this huge idea that the physical world we think is so solid and real has all these hidden depths. And it makes you wonder, right? If the visible world is this complex, what else aren't we seeing?